r/AskReddit, nsfw, younger people of Reddit. What are you tired of hearing from older generations? Don't believe everything you see on the internet. My parents when I was a teenager in the late 90s. Now I have to tell my parents that. You kids and these damn phones. My parents are on their phones more than I am by a lot. I'm 64 and I'm really tired of listening to people my age whine about stuff that younger people do. It definitely was not better when we were kids. A phone isn't that effing hard to figure out. It's not that nobody talks anymore, it's just that nobody wants to talk to you. Stop eavesdropping. I'm not eavesdropping, you're just talking loud because you're deaf and I'm not. I'm an older millennial. I have a good job, own a house, am married, and have 2 kids. It is 2022 and at least half the times I hear someone older reference millennials, it's talking about people who are currently the age my cohort was 22 years ago when the millennium was a thing. When I was your age we never. Just start saving. You'll be able to buy a house in no time. How we can't fix anything ourselves. Then promptly ask us to fix their Wi-Fi, set up their new phone and figure out why their computer is running slow. We can do plenty, we just have a different skill set. I hate how we've gone from me getting Facebook as a teenager and my parents being like, don't believe everything you see on the internet, to them sending me medical research from unverified/unreputable sources. I'm tired of people complaining about how younger people are terrible as though they weren't the ones that raised those younger people to be what they are. I'm not younger, but I'm fed up with some older people expecting gratitude for all that they have done while taking zero responsibility for the problems that they will leave future generations. The young people always just want to drink and go to parties. 1. Number 2. Don't pretend like you didn't do this too, lol. You just have to work harder if you want to buy a house, that's what I did. Yeah, well, I don't make 50% of the price of a house a year, like you did. Just had someone the other day ask me, so why aren't you married? I'm like, if I met someone worth marrying, then I would. Your generation is sensitive and weren't taught hard work, y'all literally raised us, how is it our faults? Just pause it. I'm sick of hearing about them bitching about participation trophies. I got one in middle school and was told to appreciate that I got it. I didn't want it. I knew that I hadn't done anything to deserve a trophy. It went into a drawer and was forgotten. People love complaining about how participation trophies have ruined children when it was the adults that decided to hand them out. How idiotic is it to basically say, here's your award for existing, followed by, you fuckers need to be awarded for just existing, in nearly the same breath? I'm 32, so not young not old, but definitely hate hearing shit like, for example, my BF's dad saying he didn't know he raised 3 girls when he found out my BF and his brother drink tea. They're so judgmental and rude. I'm a restaurant worker and I swear young people are way more polite and easygoing while older people have zero patience, even though they're the ones who are already retired, oftentimes make racist, sexist, homophobic and body-shaming comments and still act like they're above the younger generation simply because they've been alive for longer. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and work harder. Buddy, I've been working 60+ hours a week and prices keep going up and my pay is not, and I actually cannot afford to change jobs, change my living situation, buy a more fuel-efficient car, or go to college. There actually is no out. There is no work harder and I'll make it. I'm literally in the poverty trap. I'm slowly making my way out of it, but it's going to be a long-ass time unless some other opportunity magically appears. College isn't the price of a McDouble anymore, old man. No one wants to work, we want to work, just not for poverty wages. You should really buy a house and settle down. I'm bloody well trying, Karen. Just cause you bought your house in the 60s for 40k and a blueberry, off your husband's salary, whilst you were a stay-at-home mom, then sold it for 600k this year to retire off of doesn't mean that it's the same for this generation, right now. Far from it in fact. Just shut up. I'm 55. I still get tired of my parents telling me to find a good church home. When I was your age, I already had 5 kids and 2 grandchildren, or my granddaughter is your age and she already has 3 kids. When are you going to give you mom some grandkids? I'm 30. Not that old, not that young. But this kind of comment? Definitely old for me. I'm so tired of older ladies saying this. I think I wasn't even 18 when they started. They don't accept any reasonable answer that isn't a "I'm working on it," a "maybe later," or "I'm doing my best to get a steady career before having kids," or "we are saving." Gets them on a rampage saying some BS about kids not costing a thing and that I'm getting old or that women were born to be mothers or whatever. So I started being rude. Sorry, but not sorry. I am 44 but I still feel like I am young. I am tired of hearing pretty much everything my generation says. I don't understand when everybody else just suddenly morphed into their parents. Nobody wants to work. I swear if I hear that one time I'm going to scream. Edit, I should have said nobody wants to work anymore, did we ever? Just less so now with all the abuse. Anything to the effect of young people can't have back pain, or any other physical disability. Like, dude, I wish being in my 20s made me immune to being injured. But that's literally just not how the human body works. Tired of people referring to their significant others as the old ball and chain or just talking shit about their wives to friends a lot. It's like their wives are a burden to them. That I'm wasting my entire purpose as a woman because I don't want kids. No one wants to work anymore. First of all, no one ever wanted to work. That's why it's called work, and not fun. Second of all, maybe it's that no one wants to work at your job that lists itself as entry level but wants 5 years of experience and a master's degree along with being able to work 12-hour days at minimum wage. How sensitive we are. I made a comment on a YouTube video calling a gay couple cute and some fucking boomer stalked my YouTube channel and felt the need to insult me several times. Like I'm not the sensitive one in this situation. Older folks constantly trying to tell anybody younger than them that they don't know what getting old is. 35-year-old, damn, I'm starting to feel more tired in the morning and feel a little more sore after exercise than I used to. 55-year-old, you think you're old. You're not old. I'm old. You think that's old? Well, wait till you get to be as old as I am. It's like they pride themselves on being older and more sore than you and want to put you in your place for even suggesting you notice a difference in your body because of aging. As a 29-year-old, tired of older people telling me I'll understand joint pain, tiredness when I'm older. I'm disabled and chronically ill. I have had bad joints since birth. Like it's great that all your health problems are a result of your age, but mine have been around and will worsen because of that. When you're older you'll agree with me. FFS, just because you're older doesn't mean you're always right or that you know the answers to all my life's problems. You grew up in a different time period, with different problems, and different social views. Your problems might be similar, and you might be right some of the time, but that is no excuse to shut down every logical point I make against your beliefs with this line. Video games are a waste of time. Says the boomer dipshit sitting on the couch, sitting on his phone with Fox News playing in the background. You kids had it so easy growing up and now your kids have it easier than that. That's the fucking point. We're supposed to make it easier for the next generation. Edit, I should add that boomers and Gen Zers say the stuff yet it isn't easier. Life is hard and expensive because they ruined it. And they continue to ruin it but call us lazy because it's beyond our power and ability to fix. I don't work hard enough. I've been employed as long as I've legally been able to work, balancing up to 3 jobs at a time. But sure. I'm old, i.e. too old to be loved, tons of problems with that, but also, I'm 31? That's not old. I expect too much, yeah, decent pay, decent and affordable housing. Totally a spoiled brat. I'm immature because I don't want bio children. I'd argue it's a sign of my maturity that I know myself well enough to not have kids. My standards in relationships are too high, not to be abused by partners/friends/employers. If that's high bar, I'm speechless. I have more life experience than you, then proceeds to go on an emotionally stunted rant based on their own personal bias due to trauma they refuse to process because they know best. 34, I'm sick of hearing about how young people just spend all their time on TikTok. How they have stupid dances. How they're just staring at screens all day, blah blah blah. Yes, they do all that stuff, but we had stupid dances when we were younger. We sat in front of the TV all day. I've yet to see someone with square eyes. Also, hearing about how kids/young people today have no respect for their elders. MFS were doing the same shit that people today are doing now. The difference is, everyone has a camera in their pocket. Go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, retire, then die. My mom and I got into a fight over housing affordability. Your father, 55, and I, 53, worked very hard to afford this house, $175K, and you make more than we did at the time we bought, 1992. The house now is worth about $1.5 million. My mom didn't work and my dad made $100K/year. I make $150K and houses in my price range are $600K 1HR plus away from where I want to be and less than half size with less than half the lot. Tired of hearing boomers act like they had it hard. Literally any and all job advice. Sorry, Deborah, but you've worked the same unionized position for 30 plus years. The number of valuable insights you can give me about the modern labor landscape numbers somewhere between diddly and squat. And Hank literally drops the walk downtown handing out resumes and shaking hands line without awareness or irony. Not super young myself, 30, but back in my day, or that's just the way it is. No. Just no. We should always strive for better. There is no reason to settle for the way things are. OMG, these entitled lazy teenagers who want more money and free time. That our generation is soft. I was born in the late 90s, so I've never experienced the America they love to reminisce about. I've only known an America that's post 9/11, constantly in a state of war, suffering from financial crashes and recessions, unsustainable housing, and now we've been through a deadly pandemic as well as the most civil unrest we've seen in the past decade or so. With the potential of war on the horizon given the Ukraine invasion, I really just want to punch any old person in the mouth when they say we're weak-minded and unprepared. I think we've earned our stripes and then some at this point. You'll become more conservative as you get older, my brother in Christ. Millennials are now 40. Young people are high-minded because they have not yet been humbled by life, nor have they experienced the force of circumstances. They think they know everything, and are always quite sure about it. I'll let you make a guess what generation that quote came from. Truthfully, life would be better if we stopped our complaining about generations, younger and older. We live our lives through the lenses of our generation. Our generational hardships are those of our own. The only thing you can do is strive to be better than your own generation, so the next generation can see you as the exception to the rule for whichever bad thing your generation will be known for. Edit. It was a quote from Aristotle. I guess a lot of people just made assumptions. You're too young to have body pain. God fucking damn, I hate this one. Every time I'm at the doctor's, most of the time the nurses of doctors are old, ill, explain I have a lot of body pain and aches all the time, and they flat out tell me I'm too young to be feelings real pain, or say some stupid shit like, oh yeah, at least you're not my age, blah blah blah. Like really? Am I not allowed to be in pain because of my age? Context: the muscles in my neck and back are slowly deteriorating because the size of my chest and how short I am. It's not fun. I hate it. Edit: gonna copy and paste my reply to a comment for more context. Ah yes. Another problem I hear from doctors. I'm so fucking tired of hearing that it's my weight. I was 150 pounds with DDDs in high school and still had the same fucking problems. I played sports year round. Still had horrible back pain. I'm so sick of shit like this being a weight problem. I already had a diagnosis and shit and was recommended a breast reduction and some other shit. Refused because I don't have the money. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.